Hi, I'm Alice. I work as a project manager for TalenTeam. I've been in this job for quite some years now, and along the way I've picked up some tricks and tips that I wanted to share with you. Hopefully they can help you in your projects. This video is about the 3 things to think about when assembling your project team. And of course, that's really, really important. Tip number 1, cover all areas and functions. So when you go into designing your product, designing your system that you're implementing, you need to make sure that you've heard from everybody who is going to be using that system. The risk is that if you don't do that, by the end of it, when you launch, you've done all that work, paid all that money, someone somewhere will pop up and say, this don't work for us. And you really don't want to risk that. So making sure that you have coverage or representation from all the functional areas that are going to be using your new system is really crucial to capture the workflows that you need to have in your new system. Really important one there. The other one is, once you've got your people, you need to establish roles and responsibilities. Who is doing what and when, because people need to be prepared for how much time and effort they're going to spend on this. They might even have to make sure to reserve that time out of their normal day-to-day work. It's really important that you get people's buy-in to what they are going to be expected to do during your project. So many projects in my experience have had this issue where there's an expectation that someone's going to do the testing, for example, and they were not aware of this, or they weren't really aware that that was going to be on their plate. And of course, it creates conflict and struggles in the project, and we don't want that. The other thing you can do, same tip, you can actually establish a project charter. So this is really almost like a contract with the project team you're working with, where you've actually listed out the roles and responsibilities, name against each of them, and really importantly, almost get them to sign it off. So it's really clear what they're going to do, when, how much, and the expectations of them. Really important tip as well. Tip number 3 would be sponsor engagement and buy-in. Incredibly important, because in any project, you're going to come up against choices. And sometimes those choices can create a bit of a push and pull within the project team on the floor. Someone wants to do A, someone wants to do B, both equal options, both doable in the system. You're not really clear on where to go. So you need someone who's coming in from more of a strategic level, more of a decision-making person, someone who is always keeping one eye on the vision and the company goals when it comes to the bigger kind of KPIs around this implementation. They will be able to give you steer. Now, this is important, obviously, for the system itself, that it is indeed aligned with your company vision, but also for the people in the project team. It just gives us that bit of security to have someone to go to and say, look, we've got A and we've got B. Which one is the right way? Which is the decision we should be making? And they can come in and make those decisions, not just about the system design, but even more, it could be look and feel, it can be a certain style of the system, it could be if you're changing a process that you had prior to the system's kind of challenging you to do things differently. You need someone to come in and say, this is the right thing to do. It's incredibly important, and that sponsor will also be engaged in the project, know what's going on, and can champion it. So communicate it in their meetings, make sure that comms are going out, make sure that people are knowing that this is coming your way. So sponsors are incredibly important for a project, and you really, really want one on your team to go to. So those were the 3 tips for a good team assembly. I hope they helped you, and I'll see you next time.